I don't know why it started streaming like that. Oh man. Alright, as soon as she pops back in. Alright, is she there? Let's see. As soon as she comes in, we're going to continue the conversation. What's up, Stace? Waiting on Miss Aries to pop in here. Let's see. Where's she at? Where's she? How you doing, Miss Candace? All right. She should be popping in a minute. We're gonna continue this conversation of does money matter in a relationship? So me and Miss Aries, we were talking, and the first question we were discussing was talking about. We were talking about what was the first question? The first question was that we were discussing was, do we date each other or do we date potential or resources? Hey, Miss Stacy. Oh, 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 oh. Just one more second. Stacy, did you go on the bike ride today? How was it? We are just waiting on Miss Aries to pop in. And then we're going to continue on. Where's she at? Hold on. All right. Let's see. Where you at? Oh, that's what's up. How Mayor Whitfield doing? Oh, it's not letting her join. What is going on here? Technology. If it's not one thing, it's another. So, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Just bear with me. Let me see. Let me try this way. Let me see. All right, I just invited her in. So let's see if that works. And then we're going to continue on. Let me get this screen up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, you know what? What those who are watching, drop y'all comments down below. As far as the topic for this evening, is it is money? Oh, JB, absolutely. money, money is important in a relationship. Okay, all right. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's do that. Stop that. You know what? While we trying to get Miss Aries in here, JB, I'm about to bring. Are you somewhere that I can bring you in? I want to get your point of view on this right quick. Let me know if you're available for a hot minute. Let's see.
But I
What's up,
thought so.
What's
Now
going
with my
on, bro?
body,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm my dude doing the interview, man.
man, who the fuck is that, man?
That's my dude, man. You know Mark, don't you?
I don't know.
You don't know Mark?
You on FaceTime with a nigga?
Oh, you stupid.
That's hilarious.
What are you doing FaceTime with
You so stupid, man. What's up, man? It's my
What's
cousin,
going
man.
on? Hey,
Yeah,
so
man. Finance definitely matters in relationships, man.
okay, elaborate on that if you don't
a
mind,
nigga?
real quick.
FaceTime with a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna put him on blast, man.
He said what now?
And he walking away because he want.
Yeah.
He wants to hear the story.
No, I don't want you to hear nothing. Talk to me, Mark. Holler at
So,
me, man.
so,
Congratulations on the show too, brother.
so, so finance is important. Is it more for? Is it more finance is more important for women or for men?
Both, but more so for women because they want to feel security. You know how it
Mm,
go, man. They want to know that the bill's gonna be paid. They don't understand that they can't take a shower or they can't cook or ain't no food in the refrigerator or if they turn that light switch on, it don't turn on. You feel me? So
right.
for sure. And you also think about it, man. There's a lot of, women like money, man. I mean, think about it. COVID-19 has developed a lot of ways for women to make money. You got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
women. They doing the OnlyFans page now, so
Mm-hmm.
they post nudity pictures just to make some money. You know what I'm saying? So if and women gonna hustle. So if a woman is willing to hustle, that man gotta hustle. He gotta hustle up. So yeah, it's an old adage saying, no finance, no romance. There's a lot of people, it's just real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you not even if you're not playing on the same level financially with women or the woman, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a hard time. Either trying to date that woman, be with that woman, be married to that woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Because we live in a fast-paced world, and fast money for some reason women love it. You know what I'm saying? And I've lived that fast life. I've had fast money. You know what I'm saying? My
mm-hmm.
money is steady now, but when I was living that fast life, man, I was doing anything I wanted to do. But when I lost it, bruh, sideline. I'm saying I was sidelined, bruh. A lot of didn't look at me the same way. You know what I mean? That's just real. You know what I'm saying? But now,
Right.
I work. I'm an entrepreneur just like yourself. We kill what we eat. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
in relationships, man, there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Why the bills not paid? Why that mortgage not paid? Why that car note not paid? You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
think also too also has to be. I apologize, man. My phone was ringing. There also accountability too when it come to money. So like if we working together towards something, then let's put our money together. But me as a man, I'm gonna the house and our children and our family. But if we're gonna build something, let's build it. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, man, yeah, man, finance is everything in a relationship. You know, even the Bible tell you that. You know, money things. You know what I'm saying? It does. But
Right.
I'm learning that even even with it answering all things, sometimes people still not happy. And there's some people, man, for real, you could be financially stable but still unhappy. Because if I'm
Mm.
working or if a man is working, he grinding to maintain the style that he's provided, right? Then it takes away from others
Mm-hmm.
in the relationship. Quality time, the time we
Mm.
go to dinner, that time, I might not want to make love to you tonight because I'm tired. I've been gone since 6 o'clock this
Right.
morning. And I just came home at 8 o'clock, 7. You know what I'm saying? I just want to watch. I want to jump in the shower, watch a little TV, and go to bed. You know, man, when it comes to relationships and money, you know what I'm saying? And and these women, they're a different breed, man. You know, like they're a different breed, bro. For real. For real, man. You know, like, a brother can't ask. Listen, a brother, depending on what age you are, and some of these women that's in
Yeah.
their late 30s, late 40s, a man better not ask them, let me borrow some money. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Well, where your money
You
at?
know. You know what, JB? I'm about to. I'm about to pull a woman in here because I want her to deal with that. I'm
You
up with
can't,
you,
yeah,
bro.
you can't,
Cause
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, deal with that, man. But cause like I say, bro, I appreciate coming on, man. But you can't, hey, a man better not ask a woman to borrow no money, not in 2020, and it's COVID
right.
19.
Right.
And these women getting on, hey, right now too. They getting $100, they getting that stimulus check. So they,
Right. Right.
hey
Right.
man,
Man,
listen,
I'm
bro.
gonna, I'm gonna get up with you, bro. Man,
Hey
I
man, much
appreciate you
love to you,
stopping in.
man. Big, hey man,
Yes, sir.
show man, I'm proud of you, man. Love you, bro.
I will. Love you too, bro.
All right.
Oh man, there she is. All right, let's get her in here. There she is. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, Miss Owens.
Hello.
Oh man. Did you hear what JB said?
I did. I
What is your
did.
thought?
Well, I mean, I want to go back to because all women that are making money right now, COVID-19, 2021, 22, it's not fast money. There are women that are out there that are educated, that have strategically, and they didn't start out making a whole bunch of money, but they've
Right.
worked hard so that they could be in a position to make a living for themselves. We won't say a whole bunch of money, but women aren't just making fast money. I do think that, and I don't think it's a woman and a man thing. I think right now people are being creative and strategic about how they are going about making money. I don't think it has anything to do with a woman and fast money. And who the whole borrowing of money,
Uh-huh.
and this I could be very wrong about, and I'm willing to be wrong, but I don't know that I'll change my thought. I
Okay.
If I'm in a relationship with somebody, if I'm in a relationship with a man, I have no problem. And I'm not talking husband and wife, because I don't think husband and wife borrow money from each other. Okay, let me just be clear on that. If we are married, we're not borrowing money from one another. And depending on how you have your marriage set up, that people may do that and people may not. I know people, they split 50-50 and it works for them. Do whatever works for you. But I I don't know how I would feel if a man that I was dating, that I was casually dating, came and asked me to borrow money.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean that if I'm in a position to help you, that I'm not willing to help. Because and I'm not even talking about buying lunch. I'm not talking about that. If I know that your car, if I know that your business needed a power washer, and that power, and you're looking through these power washers, you've applied for loans, you've done this, you've done that, you've exhausted all resources that you know of, I'm first going to help you find another resource. And if I don't know how to help you find another resource, then I would offer, hey, this is what I can help you with. I don't know how I would feel if a man said to me, can I borrow $50 so I can pay blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, and I don't go around asking men how much money they make. At the same time, I don't think, and this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean for it to sound bad, I don't think that I attract a man that's going to ask me to borrow money. I think my personality, and it might be, somebody might look at me and think, oh well, she's naive, she's silly. Not that you're silly if you let somebody borrow $50, but you better believe if somebody asks me to borrow some money, it's not going to be $50. If my friends ask me to borrow money, they're not asking me to borrow $50. They're going to ask me to borrow, and they're not asking me to borrow $50 to pay a little cell phone bill or whatever it is. They're asking me to probably invest into something. Does that mean that I don't? If I let somebody in my family borrow money, I'm not sitting around like, you borrow $40 from me. And it, right, wrong, or indifferent, that's just, for me, I've learned to not, if a family member asks me for $40, I have learned to not expect it back, because I'll set myself up to be upset or disappointed if they don't pay me back, or if they try and give me, oh, let me give you 10 this week, let me give you 20 next week, and then I'll pay it off and I'm gonna give you 5. I don't want to do that. So why would I do that to myself? But I don't know how I would feel if a man came and said, and I was listening to him, and the more and more he talked, I'm like, add me, add me, add me. Because I was thinking, women are not just getting fast money. Women are not just, doing anything for money. Okay? Like shaking that's not. Now, I will tell you, I know women that they started selling wellness. They've started selling hair. They started selling clothes. They have been very, very creative in trying to secure the bag, as we would say. Not, I don't know. I don't see any people on social media shaking their butt for money. And maybe
No,
that's not what I see on my timeline. I don't.
there a lot of them. There's the I mean, no. I mean, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you do to get money, how you get it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? No shame in anything on my part, because like JB said, we was out there getting fast money. So get it how you live it. But there is an influctuation of OnlyFans. It has gone up, especially during this time. See, and a lot of
Fans,
it,
what do you mean by that?
like
What do you?
OnlyFans. Oh, I mean, the subscriptions have gone up during this time.
Oh, fan
Even,
pages. Okay.
yeah, fan pages, and even with porn sites, those have gone up during this time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so because it's not in our face, a lot of times, and I get it. All of our experiences is different, and I completely understand that. And the reason why, what I'm saying, I love JB is because he's just like me. He's an adjutant, and that's what he does on his show. That's how and so, but
And
understanding what he's saying as a man, the unless a woman has vested in a relationship, a woman is not
Relationship
going
is the key word.
right, but a woman is not going into a relationship with the average woman is not going into a relationship with the understanding of I'm about to build him up. The woman that you had spoke on earlier, that's one in a handful of women who specifically date men to upgrade them. The average woman is not about to upgrade a man. Now, men, on the other hand, um, and see, men on the other hand, as you have tricks are winning, simps are winning. Like in today's society, men are paying for women. I mean, we see that with the president of this country in 45. He bought his wife. Like men with money, that's what they do. So it's hard. And some women, so I've heard women say, if you can't, like I've heard a specific woman say, we was in conversation and she told me, she said, if my dude wasn't able to take me out, he has no business dating. I'm like, even if he's trying to, he has a production company. I'm like, what? And she was like, no, if he wasn't established, we couldn't date. But that
Is that
is,
wrong?
if you have a bag, not at all, not at all. If you don't have a
So,
if you don't have a bag, how can you how can your expectations be that for a man to have a bag and you don't have
so here, this is what I hear you to be saying.
it?
Well, let's go back. Let's go back. Put a pin in that. Because is it okay for a man to be with a woman that makes more money than she does?
It's not wrong if he's still a man. And
Okay.
what I
Okay.
mean by that,
Okay. But
let
what
me
you
let me
just said
break that
about
down.
her, what you just said about her contradicts what you just said. So
How
it's
so?
it's it's because it's okay for a man to be with a woman if she makes more money than him. You paused for a minute and you said if he's still able to be a man.
No, no,
Well,
no, 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 no. Not
well,
able to if he's still a man.
if he's
Not if he
still a man,
yes.
if he's still a man. Well, when the question was presented a different way, when she said, whoever said woman is, we'll call her Lisa. When Lisa said, if he doesn't have ABC, then
Mm-hmm.
if he can't take me out and he can't do these things, he has no business wanting to be in a relation or dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
How so?
It's the same thing. If a woman is saying, if you don't have more than me, then there's no reason for us to be going out. But it's wrong
But
for a woman. It's wrong for a woman. Is it because the woman she's now castrating him by saying you don't have blah, blah, blah. Whereas if it, on the flip side, he's saying, okay, well, you can make more money than me as long as you don't castrate me. I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly.
see, here's the thing. I don't speaking for myself. I've been with women who've made more money than me.
Did
It
the
didn't
woman control you with her finances?
fuck no.
Okay. But I mean, you
And
know those things happen though.
that's why I made the statement if he's still a man. Because some, but not all, women who make more than their man emasculates him. And he ends up, I know women personally, their men are beta males. they just don't, they're not just the boss at work. They're the entire whole ass boss at home. And like my question is like, what do you need him for? Just to have kids? And my question would be the same if roles were reversed and a man was disrespectful to his woman. I would still ask him, why is she here for? Just to have babies? Because a lot of times,
And some men
I,
would say yes.
yes, and you are correct. Some men will say that, and that's why I go back to the shallowism as far as just shut up and be quiet and stand there and look good.
Or old
I
fashioned.
or yeah,
There are some men
oh,
that are extremely old fashioned
but
and
see,
they
here's the
feel like
but
if,
with being old fashioned, you can still be disrespectful.
absolutely. And to be honest, and this comment is not to be disrespectful to anybody that may be old fashioned. Old fashioned is going to be disrespectful in 2020
Oh yeah,
because it's going to be disrespectful. If you have old fashioned thinking, you need to be with somebody else that has the same old fashioned thinking. Because if you get with someone that is not that way, you're going to bump heads. I don't care if
yeah.
you're a woman that has old fashioned thoughts and you're a man, whatever it is. If you do not have a person that, and I'm not saying that we have to agree on everything, because you're not going to agree on everything, but if you have a man that is old fashioned
Hmm.
and a woman that is not, it's going to be problems, and
It's
vice
gonna be
versa.
it's gonna be major problems. And
Be,
I specifically from women. I but I've heard women say that they want an old fashioned man. They want their grandfather, but yet they're a Renaissance woman.
mm-mm,
That is going to cause problems.
big problems.
And
Because when you don't, cook and clean, or if you're not sitting at home, because I don't know too many women that are housewives. And I
mhm,
know that there are out, I know they're out there, but I don't know too many women, not in my circles of friends, do I have anyone who's a housewife.
mhm,
Um, in this day and age, you may even have a mom that says, I'm going to stay home until my kids go to school. But she's waiting for those kids to be able to go to school so that she can then go out and either build a business or work in the field that she studied or go back to school. She's waiting for an opportunity to be someone other than mom or the wife. And
mhm.
so you get somebody that's old fashioned that expects for you to be at home, that is, it's not going to work. On the flip side, you get a woman that's old fashioned, you put her with, a millennial man, he's going to think she's lazy. Or you just want to sit at home, it's not going to work. So, and when you were talking a minute ago about finances, how do you find out at what point in a relationship do you disclose to somebody how much money you make? And, or do you ever?
No,
Not even after marriage.
no. Whose
Okay.
business?
You get married, you don't tell your
And see,
spouse how much money you make. You file
in a
your taxes, she files her taxes, you guys split everything down the middle.
in a marriage is different. But see, if we're talking about 2020 marriage, that's see the concept of finances, the concept of what a man is, the concept of what a woman is, concept of a relationship in 2020 it is not the same. It's not
So,
the same. And this
so,
is why, like I grew
I
up
got a
in an
good
old
question
fashioned
for you.
family. I grew up in an old fashioned family. Dating someone that is not my age, even 5 to 10 years younger than me, may have a whole different upbringing, may not be old fashioned. As a human being, the question will be, am I willing to adapt without losing my morals and or integrity.
But you said, now you said you grew up in an old fashioned home. Would you
Yeah.
consider yourself old fashioned?
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Then you probably would adapt. But if you're old fashioned, you're more than likely you're not going to adapt.
Yeah, right.
Because
Yeah.
people that are old fashioned, they don't think they have to. Like
Right.
I don't have to adapt. You need to adapt to what I'm doing over here. So my question was going to be to you, um, marriage. Okay, so you do not tell. You said it's nobody's business. So you're in a relationship with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You ask her to marry. You get down on one knee. You
Mm-hmm.
said, "Baby, I love you. I can't live without you. Marry me." And she says, "I do." She cries, and you put a rock on her finger, right?
Hold on.
You
Before the rock, my next question would be, well, are you willing to sign a prenup?
hold on before we get to that, because you're gonna do that when you ask her to marry you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna be like, no. She's gonna say no. She's not gonna. She's not gonna accept your proposal. Now, I would say, and I'm gonna get to the prenuptial agreement. So you ask her to marry. You don't ask about the prenup at this moment
Okay. All right.
because at this moment, remember, you don't know how much she makes, and she doesn't know how much you make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you did ask her to sign a prenup and you haven't disclosed your finances and neither have she, she's going to think, well, what does he have that he wants me to sign a prenuptial agreement? And not that everybody that signs a prenup has to have a whole lot. Because
Right.
prenup, people think, oh, well, so and so, they're going to sign a prenup is because one person has a lot more than the other person. No, this is just saying if something happened, you leave with what you came with, and I'm going to leave with what I came with.
Right.
Um, but you haven't disclosed how much money you make at this point. You start planning a wedding and you realize that she filed bankruptcy 2 weeks ago. Are you okay with that? Because you haven't talked money. Does it matter?
It depends on the individual. To some men, it might not matter. To me, I want to know why.
You want to know why she filed bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
I would want to know why you waited until 2 weeks before we got married to tell me you filed bankruptcy. Because it
and that,
wouldn't make
and
a
that,
difference to me why you filed bankruptcy. It would make a difference to me why you telling me 2 weeks before we get married.
but that,
That would be my bigger issue. Like, why? What are you trying to hide? 2 weeks? What you trying to hide?
and see, that would be part. I mean, that would be part of the questionnaire, because at that point, now we're playing 21 questions. But see, with me, see, I let people talk. People love to talk, so I allow them to talk. And 9 times out of 10, most people will disclose their financial situation without you even asking,
A
because
woman
eh, no, I mean, when it comes to
at
finances, no.
40?
Women, in my experience, are extremely secretive about their finances. But if a man pays attention and watches what she spends her money on, he can get a sense, a guide of her financial situation.
But what difference does it make? Because you're trying to figure out, does she make more money than me? Or you're trying to figure out,
No.
is she broke? Is she going to spend up all the money? Has she asked me for any money? So you're watching and you're paying attention to
Hmm.
her pocketbook. Why?
Because most women watch our pocketbooks.
So you're doing it
Most
because women are doing it.
Some men, in a sense, yes. Me, I'm looking and I'm watching to see what caliber of woman you are, because how a woman moves says a lot about her character. It says a lot about her integrity. You have women out here that is what Zoe Williams said, passive aggressive prostitution, where they're bartering their integrity. They're bartering their yoni. You have a lot of women out here that's doing that. And you have men that are, you have some men that don't care. They'll pay for it. It is what it is at the end of the day. You have women in this society, they know that's what they're doing. They don't care as long as the end goal is the bag. But
Their
then,
own.
no, no.
I have such a problem with I have such a problem with making women out because we're calling women gold diggers. That's what you're doing.
Some of them are, yes.
But we're talking generally speaking, because you're talking. What you said was you're watching to see how she's spending her money, right?
Hmm.
You're watching to see because you can pay
Because
attention.
if a woman is spending her money frivolously, and if we get into an in-depth relationship, you think she gonna take care of my money? No, that's not gonna happen. A woman is not about to spend her money just all willy-nilly and get somebody else's money and take care of it.
But what makes you think that she's going to get your money just because you get in a relationship? What makes you
Have you
think she's not going to
have you
continue to spend her own money?
Aries, you keep what you're do you see some of these women out here?
Who?
Some of
I
these
mean,
women, period.
and so just like I said a few minutes ago, on my timeline, I
Hmm.
see I see women that they're selling hair, they're selling wellness products, they're selling clothing lines, they're selling eyelashes, they're working 2 and 3 jobs. I know people that drive a school bus and then they go and work in a salon after they drive the school bus. I know people who I know people who work at Meyer and then they work in a salon afterwards.
Okay, do me a favor.
I know people
Do
that
me
have
a favor.
made lotions, they've made
Hmm.
hair tonic. I know
Hmm.
those are the people that I see on my timeline.
Okay,
So
now
I'm
go
sure there
now.
are people that these women that you're talking about. They exist. They are real. But
Those are the
perhaps
women that we're talking about. Those are the women that we're talking about. And
I can't
see,
speak on those
you-
women because I don't see those women on my timeline.
but
Perhaps,
see,
and this is about to be hard for you,
but no,
and I
no.
don't
But
mean it to be. I
here's
don't mean it to be
here's
disrespectful.
the here's the thing.
Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps some of the things that you see, because, and forgive me, I forgot what his name was. The one that was talking
Mm.
about the yeah, what was his name?
JB.
JB. He was talking about the women and what they will do on social media
Hmm.
and fast money. He was talking about that.
Hmm.
Maybe some of the things that are being followed on social media, maybe he, them, hopefully not you, but maybe some of those things need to be unfollowed so that you don't see these women that want the fast money, these women that are shaking their butts for money and doing all of these other things, so that it adds,
No,
so
no, no.
it gives
See,
you the ability to
here's
see some of the things, some of the great things. I see people, they're doing I see
no,
people,
no,
they're
no, 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 no,
personal
no, 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 no,
trainers.
no, 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 no. We're not going to do
So
that. We're not going to sit up
we're not
here.
gonna talk
No,
about
hold
great
on.
women. We're not gonna
No,
talk about these
no,
women
no,
that
no,
are
no, no,
doing
no, no,
great
no,
things
no,
to
no, no, no,
secure the
no,
bag.
no, no, no. Because Aries, as a woman, what ends up happening is that when the negativity of women are spoken on, accountability is not brought up. Those
Here's the thing,
women
I
don't.
can't be accountable
Those
for what you see on your
I'm not.
timeline.
I'm not. It's not Aries. Listen,
I'm telling
Aries
you
is not
what
in
I
my
see.
timeline. If you go and search, you can search any famous person. If you go and search on IG, those women are going to pop up.
But I
They're
don't need to
there.
search for them because I see women doing great things on my own timeline. Why would I
But
go
I
search for something negative about a woman? That doesn't make sense.
there's but see, to be able to understand the entire spectrum of things, I understand that men do great things. But I'm gonna call bullshit when I see fuck shit about a man. Women oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes y'all protect bullshit women. What we're talking about
There's
tonight,
I can't
what
protect any of these women
what
because I
what
don't know
but
these women that you speak
but
of.
what we're talking
I can
about,
protect
we are
myself.
talking
I can
about
protect myself,
women who
and I
are
can
gold
protect the
diggers.
people that I
We
know,
are
the women that
talking
I
about
know.
women who are gold diggers.
No,
That's what we're
we're not
discussing
talking
right
about
now.
women who are gold diggers. We're talking
Yeah,
about does
Eric,
money matter in
Eric,
relationships? We're
yes.
talking
And
about that, and
did
we're
you not
saying,
ask me specifically?
yes,
Did
I'm
you not
saying if a woman does not want to be with a man because he does not make more money than she does it make her a gold digger?
And I said yes.
So, so I'm a gold digger then. I'm a gold digger
But Aries, here's Aries,
because
Aries.
I
You
don't
have
think.
Aries. Let me ask you this: do you not have your own shit?
But you
No,
just
no, no, no,
said
no,
when
no, no,
I
no, no, no,
asked
no, no,
you,
no.
no, no,
Yes,
no,
yes
no,
or no?
no, 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 Marcus,
Do you not have your own?
no, you just asked me. You said
Aries,
you just
you gonna answer the
said
question?
if.
Are you gonna answer the question? Yes or no?
No, no, I'm not going to answer the question because you're contradicting yourself.
I'm not. I'm not.
You just said if
Yes.
a woman is looking for a man that makes more money than she does.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's what I now am hearing you to be saying. If you fit within a certain tax bracket, and you're looking for somebody that makes more money than you, if you make more than minimum wage and you're looking for somebody that makes more than what your more minimum wage is, then that's okay. But if I work a job and I'm making minimum wage and I want somebody that makes more money than me, then I'm a gold digger.
If that is your sole purpose of dating, yes, it is. Because you don't care about his character, you don't care about his integrity. All you care about is the bag. You are a gold digger. And
Okay.
I know that not to be the type of woman that you are.
I'm
Even
not
though
that
you
type of woman, but I do not think that a woman that says, I want somebody that has more than me, I don't think that makes her a gold digger.
okay, and that's fine. We agree to disagree.
I don't think that makes her a gold digger. I think if you don't have anything at all and you are seeking for a meal ticket, that makes you a gold digger. But I also don't think that if somebody wants a man that has less than she does, because when we started before, you were talking about this individual that I spoke of, and my grandmother calls it a man that's henpicked. So it's a catch-22. You can't win. If a woman has more than a man and she finds a man that seemingly is a project that she wants to upgrade, then there's an insecurity that she might have. But if a woman is looking for somebody that has more than she does, as long as she has a little lot more before she starts looking for somebody that has more, she's okay. But if
My
she makes
question,
minimum wage,
my question would
so if I
always
make
be
minimum
to
wage and
what
I'm looking
purpose?
to date the CEO of a company
To what purpose?
because he wants to date me.
So, do you know a female CEO that would date a McDonald's male worker?
I know a woman that makes a lot of money and she married somebody that had less than she does. Now,
How often
now,
does that
now,
happen, Aries? How
now
often does that happen?
it happens. It
How
happens.
often?
And for some people it works. Does it work for everyone? Maybe not. You know, I know other people that men they make less than their counterpart, and they may have met in college and built together, and she ended up making more money than
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
him.
see,
And I
whoa, whoa,
think
whoa.
that
What did you just say? You say built together.
they built together. She makes more money
Built
than he does.
together.
He does not make as much money as she does.
But they built together.
Correct.
Exactly. The average person, whether it be male or female, is not
I just
trying
need to
to.
figure out what your stance is because
I'm saying exactly what I'm
what,
saying.
which is confusing
How so?
because I think your perspective is always favorable to the man.
No, no,
It's always favorable to the man, even
no.
if I could say the exact same thing And as long as it makes the man, here's what it boils down to. And maybe this is what it does boil down to. It's not about money, it's about ego. And it's not a question, it's a statement. Because everybody has an ego, but the male ego is something different. And so if a woman makes more than a man, it's okay if they build together. But not if she already had. Like the CEO and the person that works at the fast food restaurant.
Aries, where did you get that from? I didn't say any of that. I said the key word of what you had spoken of was they built together.
Right. I said it wasn't a
The
question, it was
average,
a statement that I was making about the male ego.
the male and the female ego are extensive rivals. The female ego is just as horrendous and huge as the male ego.
I disagree,
It's
but
it's in different areas. Y'all think our ego is contingent on money, and in some cases, it is. It
I don't
is.
think that. You put that thought on women. I don't think that.
Some
I think the male ego is
some
contingent
men's
on
ego,
respect, not about money.
of
I
course,
think
it
it is
is.
respect.
Of course, the male ego is contingent mainly on respect.
I
It is,
okay.
and this is why
I think if you pull
if a
back all of the
woman
layers
if
on everything,
hold
it all
on,
boils down to respect. If a man is not making as much money as his wife is making, and we're talking husband wife, because I just don't think that in a dating relationship that you should even know what the other person makes. I think once the two of you decide to move your relationship forward, that's when that should be disclosed. But we're talking a husband and wife situation. If a woman is trying to financially control a man,
mhm.
that is then translated as disrespect. It all boils down to disrespect. If a woman feels like I make more money than you, I can tell you what to do, I can tell you how much money we're spending. If I want to go buy something, I'm going to continuously remind you that my money is what is being used to pay most of the bills in the house. That is controlling.
Hmm.
That it's financial abuse is what it is. And a man is going to translate that as being disrespectful. Now, do
What?
I think, and again, it goes into the male ego, do
Hold on,
I
hold on,
think
hold
that a
on. Let's
woman,
before you continue, the question that I pose to you: when men do the exact same thing, is it not disrespectful to a woman?
I'm sorry, I was reading the comments. Say it one more time.
The, uh, uh, um, what is it, Antoinette Robertson? Um,
Oh, I didn't even see hers. I saw.
I,
It looks like I'm getting a check. I'm getting the last check.
there's a lot more. There's a lot more, but one of the things Antoinette said, she was like, "Hello, what did I just walk in on?" LOL. Me and
Oh, we do this
Aries
all the time.
all the time, and I love it. Um, it's disrespectful when men financially abuse women as well. I don't think that that's gender specific. I think that's across the board.
I
Am
agree.
I think I think what has happened. One of the questions that I pose to you and to the chat room is that have women become emboldened by making more money on average than men in today's society?
I honestly, this is me being a female, knowing why I do what I do.
Hmm.
I don't I don't go to work. I don't sell books, which I'll talk about in just a second. I don't go to the salon and do hair. I don't do any of those things to take a jab at a man or to say I make more money than a man. I I am probably, and I think I realized this, and I don't even think, I would not minimize it to just money or finances. I am probably too independent for most men, for some, I won't even say most, because to your point, your question almost relates a woman wanting to make money because it has something to do with a man. And it has nothing to do with a man. I
Aries,
don't, I,
Aries,
it
Aries, Aries.
my answer's not gonna change, Marcus. I'm still going, I'm gonna have the same
You're
answer.
going off on a tangent. You're not answering the question.
I didn't answer no, and I thought I elaborated.
That's all. Just no. That- In your circle, in your circle, and this is why I keep saying um, some, but not all. And I get that your experiences is different
My
than
own.
a lot of women out there because of the caliber of woman that you are. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's why you have a hard time maybe seeing others,
Oh,
other,
I thought you was gonna say I have a hard time finding a man. I was about to say, excuse me.
oh no, that ain't, no, I know you picky as hell. I know that just from our conversations.
I'm really not.
Stop it. Okay.
Okay, I have a hard time what now?
No, just because what in a lot of our conversations, even when we speaking generally about men and women, um, sometimes it's as if you might take offense to it because that's not you personally. And you know, people who are not regulars into our conversations, they might even feel as women themselves as if you're being attacked, and that's not. You know, for those who are
Because
not
Marcus,
regulars,
sometimes you attack the woman, and I've said it a few minutes
no,
ago.
no, 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 no.
Oftentimes, your presentation
Uh-huh.
is favorable to the man and
You know
not
what?
to the woman.
And you know why that might be? Is because when it comes to accountability, I will not favor a man or I will not favor a woman.
I
And
disagree. I disagree.
no,
From our
no.
conversations, I disagree. I strongly disagree, actually.
I've never, in our conversations, I've never combated something that you said about men as far hold on, let me finish, as far as rebutting it with, well, there's good men out here, these men do this. I've never done that.
Nope,
I've
I
never.
never said that you did. But what you
Talk
do
to me,
do
talk to me.
is I will say,
Uh-huh.
I will say something, and I can give the exact same story.
Hmm.
But if I present it in a way where it says that, where it speaks to the woman as being lesser than, or she doesn't look like she's favorable,
Hmm.
you will agree. And if I present it and say something that makes the male look favorable, it can be the exact same thing. And you're like, yes, I do.
What have I always told you? It's always, and we agree on this, it's always worded. Some of the words, some of the words that you put into some of your statements, it's protective as far as, and I get it. I get it. But earlier when we started talking about the lesser than women, instead of as a woman, as a man, I'm sorry, as a man, I'm looking for you as a woman to break down maybe why
Why a
maybe
woman,
why some, not why a woman, but why some women may think or feel You
That
know,
right there.
because because I'm not trying to label a specific woman.
But you're trying to maximize as many women being that way as possible.
And I always ask you, are there not some out there, correct?
So we're talking about gold diggers. Is that what we're
No,
talking about?
we wasn't. We were past that.
But you were saying, so I said a woman, you said no, some women. What was the rest of your question? Why they,
No. Why you take as a woman, why might you take offense when we having a general conversation when it comes to women who are lesser than, and that's who we're speaking of.
because I don't think that generally, because
Mhm.
if we're talking general, we're talking a lot. I don't think that it is realistic to say these negative things, any negative thing, generally speaking about these women, because that is not my experience with some of the topics that we've had. It's not been my experience with women.
Okay.
It's not like I cannot identify with being a gold digger. I
Hmm.
can't identify with, being a controlling woman. I can't identify with those things. So, one, I'm naturally going to be defensive. Two, if that is not what is in my circles, and if anybody that knows me knows I don't have one circle.
Hmm.
My friends will tell you, you're friends with everybody, or you could be friends with everybody. But in all of the circles that I run in, I can't think of a lot of the females in that way. So when you ask the question about, women getting money and how it relates to men, or the purpose or the reason that they're doing it, women don't get up in the morning and think, I got to go make this money because I need to get back at somebody. They're more than likely thinking, I got to go get this money because if I don't get it, somebody else is going to go get it. I have to go get this money because my son has braces and I got to take him to the dentist to get a tooth pulled, and the insurance pays this much, and this is how much I'm going to have to pay. I got to go get this money because I want to take my kids on a vacation. I got to get
Hmm.
this money because I want to go on a vacation. I want a handbag. I want a pair of shoes. I need to pay these bills and do all of the above. It doesn't have anything to do with I got to go get this money because I want to stick it to this man. That's not what women wake up. That's not what women who are the women that are trying to secure their own bag. That's not what they're thinking. Hey, guess what? It's not always about you. It's not. Are there women that are like, I'm gonna prove, that they feel like they have something to prove, maybe to a man? I don't know. There are. Moment of transparency. Somebody said to me just the other day, I want you to sell 10,000 books so you can stick it to your ex. I don't care about sticking it to him. I could care less about sticking anything to him. I don't want to sell books because I want to get back at somebody else. That I think when you're a healthy individual, whether it's male or female, you do not care about what somebody else is thinking about you trying to get money or pursue a dream that you have. That's it. I don't know. I don't know if that answered your question.
I was just letting you roll. I mean, 'cause like I said, people who are always, and I want to address some of these comments too while we're closing up. But people who know us and who's watched the show multiple times, they know our get down. They know we have intense conversations. We've had intense disagreements, you know, but the conversation, it never stops because we're always bringing stuff to each other, and I love it. Uh, hey, what's up, Mr. Dukes? He found out. Um, Let's see, we'll work backwards.
Yeah, Mr. Duke said I can have his last paycheck.
Yeah.
I don't want your paycheck. Keep it.
uh, he said the heart don't care about money. If they give their heart to someone and to love them back. As far as the topic itself, let's go. Miss Burks, she said that it is controlling on both ends of the spectrum. Excuse me. And that's when we were discussing as far as um, uh, money abuse. Um, you got me on speaker.
Yeah, my AirPods are ready to die.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
Depends on the circumstance. If one partner's going to school to better themselves for their future, and it sounds like that means male or female, because
Well,
the man was making a lot of money, and he decided that he wanted to go back to school and he wanted to get his master's degree. I don't know, and he had to come off of his job altogether. I think the woman would have to be supportive of that. So in that sense, she may be making more money than he is. I think it boils down to the respect, and I think it boils down to the respect. But Marcus, you can't ask somebody to marry you and then ask them to sign a prenup right then and there.
why not? Aries, you still there? Mm. Is she? Ah. Oh, okay. All right. So here's the thing. Like I said, I always love me and Aries conversations. It I can't remember a conversation that has not been lovingly intense. I can't remember a conversation that we have not challenged both points of views, and that is the purpose of this show. The purpose of this show of Candid Conversations is to have those difficult conversations, those hard dialogues, and being able to be intense and question each other's perspectives of opinions and whatever the case. Our discussions are never. We're not here to convert one another. We're here to have an open dialogue respectfully, and that's what we do here on Candid Conversations. And ever since I've met Aries from the first time she came into the studio. We the discussion of that show, we talked about family history and the importance of it. And ever since then, me and Aries have been having these intense conversations back and forth. And I love Aries. I respect Aries. I respect her points of views. I respect her opinions. I respect her beliefs. We just challenge each other, and that's what we do. Anybody that knows me know that I am an adjutant, but it is not in a demeaning or disrespectful type of way. It is always as far as challenging what you believe in, why you believe in it, where you get your beliefs from. Is your beliefs outdated? So just questioning everything. Making your own decision in what you believe based on your own experiences. I will have Aries drop her book information down below in the chat. You can follow us. You can follow Candid Conversations, of course, here on Facebook, on my personal page, Marcus Dowdell Sr. You can follow us, follow myself on IG. I post quotes of the day and sometimes questions of the week. I post different things. I will start posting more things concerning the detail business that me and the homie Rod Dukes started. We will be working on getting social media pages up here soon. We're just trying to get the ball rolling in the shop and with business. Follow me on IG at Mark D Senior 3. You can follow us on YouTube at Marcus Dowdell Senior. This weekend I will start putting up content again. It has definitely been a while. But until the next time, also before I close out, go follow my mom and my father at Custom Auto Care. They have a page here on Facebook as well. They detail downtown, east side, west side. They'll come to your house, come to your business, and detail your vehicle while you work. If you're on the east side in on Hayden and Woodsworth area, go see the homie Gary at the G Spot, aka the People's Wash, or you can contact myself or Mr. Dukes to come out to Polish them off Detail Center and get your vehicle detailed. So either way, you can get your vehicle detailed. Holla at one of the three of us. But until the next time, this has been another episode of Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Mark D. And sitting in with me earlier was the lovely Miss Aries Owens. Go follow her on here on Facebook and IG as well at Aries_Owens. Deuces.